Good afternoon, YouTube. Mr. Man, always George Page, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, I've been kind of quiet with my MMA stuff. I usually don't. I'm not like Coach and some of the other guys. I talk about either fighters I like or I talk about some things going on every now and then. But you know what? I'm gonna talk about a lady who I'm quite a bit a fan of quite some time, and she fought last night on fight night. It was in Columbus, Ohio. It was part of the. She was part of the prelims of Curtis Blades versus Chris Daukaus. As you know, Curtis Blades is number 4 heavyweight contender in the UFC, and Daukaus was an up and comer. And the fight ended with a pretty much second round knockout of Daukaus. Curtis Blades is a tough boy. He's a tough boy. So anyway, headline the prelims, which is you might say headlining, was Sara McMann versus Carol Rosa. I'm a fan of Carol of Sara McMann. I mean, she's an amazing woman, great wrestler, a silver medalist. And I love her physique. She has those classic lines that reminds me of a bodybuilder. I just can't help it. And this was it's been a while since we saw Sara fought. She fought last year. It's about like, oh yeah, you were around last year. No, what about no 2020? I think it was 2020 when she fought against Julia Pena and lost. And this is a probably a fight for her to bounce back in 135. 135 in the women's division it used to be one of the top divisions in the UFC for women because it was the only division they had at the time. And y'all know Sara fought for the title about 7 years ago, and she's been in UFC for quite a long time. She took some time off to have her little boy for a couple of years, but she came back, fought a couple of fights, and she had took a couple of losses, and she bounced out a few times. And Carol Rosa, she's an up and comer. She was on a 5-fight winning streak. She retired one of my favorite fighters, Betch Correa, and that was last year. And Sara, like I said, I admire Sara, being a mother, a wife, a competitor, an athlete. You got to admire women like that. And she's 40 years old and still holding strong. I think women really hit their strides later in their years compared to men. I think with men, we hit our point, and then after that, we start waning down. But women, they hit their strides. And this was a good opportunity. The much younger, everybody was going for the much younger Cara Rosa. She's only 26 and Sara being 40. And we all know what happened with her last with the last person over 40 that was Marion Renault. She lost against Cupcake Tate. So, and this was an opportunity for Sara to bounce back into title contendership. She already fought people like Nunez before and several other fighters, but this was just one of these ladies who really just the opportunity to maybe get into maybe a future title contention. Now since the 145 champion has changed from her to Junior Pena, from Amanda Nunes to Junior Pena. Anyway, the fight was pretty decent. I mean, like I say, it was on ESPN because that's a great thing about it. It was on ESPN. They didn't have to do the streaming thing because with college basketball over for the season, you will see a lot more UFC shows on ESPN. So anyway, it was a pretty good fight. Like I said, it was mostly, Rosa was using her stand up, and she gave Sara a pretty hard time. But Sara, even though she don't have that great hands, she did her best. I mean, she really used her strength and she took down Rosa. And they were just on the ground, on the mat, and people were talking about she's doing lay and pray, lay and pray. But you know what? She's a wrestler. That's her skill set, and that's what she was using. I know a lady who a while back who went to Brazil to do some work with another fighter. He said the thing about with the Brazilian fighters, they don't have that much wrestling. They use a lot of their BJJ. And one point in the roundabout the fight, Sara almost got Kara into a armbar. She could have if she wasn't stacked up like she was, she could have armbarred her. And then she had her, got her from the back of quite a few times. I mean, she was dominant. I mean, the whole fight was mostly. I know the crowd was booing, but the fact is, she was using her skill set. A win is a win, no matter what it is. And she was just really giving it to Cara Rosa. I think Rosa didn't have no plan other than her stand up, and even she couldn't really use her BJJ because the fact was, Sara was just dominant with her wrestling, just taking her from the back, from the side, even a couple of times, even getting her a halfway guillotine. And at one point, where when Cara Rosa got up, she kept trying to jump into Sara's guard. I mean, what she should have did was step back and let the referee stand them both up, but she didn't. Cara Rosa doesn't really. She wasn't thinking. She wanted so much to get after Sarah. She wasn't really thinking about just stepping back and letting the referee stand them up. So the fight ended went with the distance, with the win going to Sara McMann. Congratulations, Sara McMann. She needed this win. It's been a while since her last win, and she needed this. Now I'm hoping, as you know, there's been a couple of fighters who won fights like Alexis Davis and Randy Marcos who got cut. I hope they do this, but you know what? They should do it because you know what I said. Sarah's one of the early pioneers, but you know how it is with UFC. Dana White's not a fan of women over 40, and if he can't push like some kind of narrative, he's gonna push his ideology of what he want to see in a fighter. So Sarah is done pretty good. She is number 3 on the most wins in the women's bantamweight division. I mean, we got Nunes at 9. You got Pegleg Pennington. Raquel Pennington. Nunes 11. Raquel Pennington 9, and then you got Sarah at 7. And Alexis Davis got cut, and you got Julia Pena right behind her. So right now technically it's Julia behind Sarah because I know Alexis Davis got cut. And she congratulates her team. She would like to thank them for helping her getting ready for this fight. And that's a great thing. She shout out to her family, her friends. I mean, she's an amazing lady. I think this was a great opportunity for her to win. At this UFC event. Like I said, I want to wish all the best of luck for her in the future. Maybe we might see her fight maybe sometime later by the end of the year. Maybe I think there's talk about maybe her fighting Jermaine Duranami. I don't know. Maybe Holly Holm or somebody like Irene Dane was supposed to fight Aspen Ladd. Maybe Irene. I think Sarah's number 7 or number 8 on the list. She's still on the top 10. So she'll possibly climb up for her. Or maybe y'all include Sky when she ever gets back from her after she has a baby. It's gonna be a while. Now I think we probably won't see y'all until next year. But like I said, shout out to Sara Muscle McMann. That's what I'm calling Sara Muscles McMann. Congratulations to you, a wonderful lady. I sent a congratulations to her on Instagram. She appreciated it. She liked it. I would love to get her on my channel and talk to her. One time we used to talk a little bit here. I remember she was talking about where she wanted a top 5 contender. But you know what? You're still pretty good as long as the UFC haven't cut you yet, and you still have opportunity fights, and you beat a young up and comer. You stopped Cara Rosa's movement from climbing up. Now she has to probably fight somebody on the lower end, maybe to climb back up into possibly a future title contendership. She might even fight maybe Catlin Vieira or somebody. This all depends. You see the matchmakers. They give us the fights we want, but sometimes they get the fights we don't want to see. But like I said, congratulations to one Miss Sara Muscles McMann. This man all the way George Page, aka the Emperor. Oh, before I ended out this. Shout out to my man Marcus Bell and my brother Execution 23. They were hating, talking about they were sleeping. I didn't sleep. I was watching. My eyes were wide open, Exe and Marcus. So you can hate all you hate. You can hate till you can't hate no more. So like I said again, shout out to Sara Muscles McMann and shout out to Execution 23 and Marcus Bell, you haters. Anyway, this is me all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of WMA Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.